Hey, what's up, YouTube? So, here's what we got going on today. I got a walk-in freezer. It's sitting steady at about 30-35 degrees. I already took a look at it. The evaporator is a solid block of ice. I got to run down there and check something real quick, so I'll give you a quick little peek at that. And then we're going to come back up on the roof and start the troubleshooting process. All right? So, follow me. All right, just above 30 degrees. There is our very frozen evaporator. You probably can't see it, but if you look up in through the fan blades, it's solid ice just through and through. First thing I'm going to do, since it's already frozen, and I know my defrost circuit, my defrost high limit switch, and my fan delay defrost termination switch are most likely closed, I'm going to get upstairs and just verify my heaters have an amp draw first. So let's go back upstairs. I was up here originally, I did check our time, so it does look like the clock is rotating on its own. So the first thing I'm going to do, just push a bunch of buttons down so we got a really long defrost. And we're going to put it in defrost. Take a quick amp draw. Here we are. Got about 12.5 amps. So our heaters are good. And the unit should start pumping down. Should start pumping down. Also, while we wait for this thing to pump down, there's a lot of ice on that evaporator coil, and the way those what you call them, slim evaporator coils, the way they're set up, they're kind of hard to clean once you pull that cover off. So I'm going to try to let it defrost as much as it can using the heaters. So I'm going to pull my defrost termination switch off of the timer, and this way it should stay in defrost either until my high limit switch trips or we run out of time. That's the idea. So I'm just going to pull that out real quick, tape it off, and go from there. The unit has been in defrost for 2 or 3 minutes now, and it has not pumped down yet. I hope you can see this. So right now I'm all hooked up, high side, low side. I found a little 90-degree elbow in my bag, so I threw it on there. Now this compressor has been attempting to pump down for the last 3 or 4-ish minutes. And it's actually going up a little tiny bit. It was at about 9.8, and then it got up to 10.4. Now we're at 11.6 on my low side. My pump down switch. Let's see, high event, low event. It's a mechanical switch, so you can't always believe the numbers. I'm gonna guess it's roughly it's set for about 12 maybe. I prefer to set them a little lower, about 5 psi rather. So this isn't pumping down at all. It's coming close, but it just can't do it. So chances are our compressor is just bad. It's inefficient. And so to rule out that my liquid line solenoid downstairs is actually closed, what I did was just close down my, I'm just going to call it a king valve right here. I closed this down and it pumped down right down to 4.8. So now, rather than having a compressor issue like I thought I had a few minutes ago, I'm leaning more towards we have a liquid line solenoid issue, right? Which is good though, because I mean it's not good, but it was good that I tried that, because I was able to actually tell that we shut off at 5 psi, which is right about what I want. So now we have to go figure out why my liquid line solenoid isn't closing. All right guys, we're squeezed into this walk-in box. I'm at the far right corner of the evaporator coil. There's our thermostat. It is calling for cooling, however it doesn't have the power. I got my liquid line solenoid pulled off over here. You'll notice some of our wiring at some point in time got too close to our heaters, so we got to fix some of that. But I just want to snap this and real quick see what happens. Yeah, Now that's, even though I got a good distinctive snap, that's not to say it could be leaking by a little bit. I just haven't ever replaced one of those because they're bad. I rarely ever find them bad. I think, honestly, maybe in my career I've done one. Replaced one liquid line solenoid because it was bad. I don't see them that often. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the solenoid back on. I'm going to go upstairs and open that liquid line king valve and just see what happens. So I have the king valve upstairs open. I have the solenoid physically off the valve body. Hopefully you can hear that. But it's actually making noise as it's feeding through there. Yeah, so it's not closing down at all. That's not cool. What I found out, let's see, it's gonna be kind of hard to show you, but get over here, real nice and close like. If you can see that right there on the back of that solenoid valve, there's an arrow and it's going the wrong way. Now I did find out this unit was serviced recently and somebody had changed the liquid line solenoid valve because the other one was plugged up. And they put that one in the wrong direction. So that's why it can't close. I'm half tempted to see if I can pull it out and turn it around, but I don't know. I just don't like to do that. I run the risk of ruining it. So I'm not sure. I'll have to think about this here. Go over some options. First I gotta get all the ice off here. That's gonna take a while in itself before I can even get access to the piping here. Alright guys and gals, so it is the next day. We're here to replace this liquid line solenoid valve. And if you don't remember from, I don't know, 2 minutes ago when that last clip was, or yesterday, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pump the unit down. I'm going to close off the suction line service valve and the liquid line service valve and my condensing unit. Then I'm going to go downstairs, swap out that liquid line solenoid valve, pull a vacuum on the line set and the evaporator, and then we're going to simply release the charge. Alright guys, I'm going to have to yell over this fan right now. Just wanted to show you a quick little trick that I just sort of figured out. Since I forgot my large set of Allen keys downstairs for my suction side, I realized if you take your fancy little Lennox multi screwdriver, it fits right in there. Might have to get a wrench on there though, but I'm going to pump it down that way. Anyway, first let's start with our liquid side. Let's get this thing pumped down. It's been running all night long, non-stop. Thermostat's been satisfied a long time ago. Liquid line solenoid was de-energized, but of course can't fully seat. Now my liquid line is closed. Check out our suction side if you can see that. Should start pumping down here. Should shut off right about 5. And then what I'll do is I'll close my suction side. All right, now we're pumped down and off. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. Nope. Holy garbage cans, Batman. All right, so our evaporator and the line set going down to the evaporator are most mostly blocked off from the condensing unit. Now these valves, they're not 100% leak proof. There will be a little bit of refrigerant leaking by. Probably really won't even notice it. All right guys, it's really hard for me to show you any of this process because I'm literally right up against a wall here, trying to work over top of my head. Here's our old valve. I got it out. There's the new one. I'm gonna mount it outside of the evaporator box. So it's just easier for me to do it that way. See right there, and this little port right here is where I'm going to pull a vacuum on this line set. So I'll run some new wires because those are melted. Yeah. All right, let's get this show on the road. All right, here's the final product. There's our solenoid. Just routed the wires through there. Go bango right over here to our thermostat. So, only thing left to do is open the valves up on the roof and let this thing run for a little while. Well, here's the moment of truth. I'm going to open up my liquid line. I already got my suction side opened up, but we're still off on low pressure because obviously my liquid line is closed. So, if everything is fully operational downstairs, I'm going to open this up. We should pressurize and should kick on and run. All right. All right, we're running. That's good. Pressure's rising. All right. Now we just wait for that temperature downstairs to drop. Holy crap, it's ungodly bright out here, so I can't see you, so I hope you can see me. So anyway, let's do a quick recap here. When a previous technician installed that liquid line solenoid valve, like I said, like I showed you, he installed it backwards. Now, I'm not trying to call anybody out on this. I've brazed them in backwards. That's how I learned you can braze them in backwards. Before that, I never knew. Same with filter dryers. Anyway, the point is, just make sure you're taking your time. Slow down, pay attention. It's the little things that count. Like my buddy Chris Stevens from HVACR videos always says, you got to look at the little picture diagnosis, all right? So anyway, our box is down to temperature. I'm just going to tidy up, throw some screws on this thing, then we're going to get out of here, all right? Shoot, you know, I almost forgot something. There, now we're all set. Anyways, if any of you guys out there want some of these Curious HVAC Guy stickers, feel free to shoot me an email with your address. I'll send some out to you. I'll put the address at the bottom of the screen here. Thanks for watching, guys.